Okay, I guess the old restart it, turn it off, turn it back on worked. Oh my God. Yeah, easy bit technology. It was your coffee. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for grabbing your coffee. That helped me out a ton. So now we can actually start writing some code. And as I was mentioning, I had different technical problems last time. The stream was just cutting out. And I think I know what the problem is. So I have some diagnostic tools up. I'll be checking every now and then. I have a feeling my computer just isn't powerful enough to run my Visual Studio, to debug, to run Chrome and OBS and decode the stream all at the same time. I think that's a problem. So if my CPU or GPU usage goes up too high, I bet it's going to drop. And what I also discovered is that, so I use OBS for streaming. It's an open source software. And at the bottom, there's a gauge that tells you, how many kilobits per second you're broadcasting at, your CPU usage, how many frames per second. But what I'm finding is the CPU usage is off by at least almost 30 to 40%. So if it says my CPU usage is 10%, it's actually closer to 40 or 50% CPU usage. So that's good to know. So we will see. We will see. For now, let's start coding before my stream drops suddenly. All right. Unfortunately, I had to debug. I gotta remember where we left off when we got cut off last time. And let's hope we can go a full hour before we have any disruption today. That would be amazing. But I did get an email. I have an update on my new machine that's coming. And they just started building it. The processor came in, so that's good. That Ryzen 9 processor, 12 core beast of a processor, it finally came in. So now they're going to start putting it together. So now I'm hoping to have it in 3 weeks. Oh, geez, I'm hoping to have it in 3 weeks. Because I have a feeling once I get that machine, these problems should go away. But hey, when you stream on a budget, this is what happens. Not everyone has these big, massive machines to stream with, and you got to make it work. And this would explain. Look at this. You see my Visual Studio not responding, not responding. Okay. Here we are. Yeah, my CPU usage is at 83% right now. That's pretty high. So anyways, I think what we did is we implemented delete. Yep. I think, did we get reply? No, we got delete and we got new. However, what I want to do today is this is a rich text editor. Now I can sit here and use Control I, Control B for bold, all that stuff, italics. I think underline is Control U, right? What I want to try to do today is figure out how we can put buttons in a ribbon that when we click them, it will manipulate the text, like alignment and all that crazy stuff. Cut, copy, paste, right? Those kinds of things. So I'm hoping we can accomplish this before my stream dies on me again. All right. So let's just stop debugging. Let's go to our, I think it's our message tab. This is the tab we're using for a new message. And I'm going to start a new little group over here. And I don't want the designer. I don't know if you've played with the WPF designer in Visual Studio 2019. It's junk. The thing crashes all the time. I swear. So unstable. I think a lot of changes with the .NET Core 3 stuff. I mainly experience it in .NET Core 3 projects. I will say that. However, it's just not going well for me. So I will not use the designer whatsoever. I think I need a button group here. We'll add a button. Button tool. And let's call this one cut. Or copy. I don't know, cut. We'll go with cut first. Now, I have to pull up the docs real quick. Infragistics, WPF. I got to look at the documentation because it's been a while since I've actually used this ribbon component. So controls, we need the XAM ribbon. XAM ribbon. Using XAM ribbon. Ribbon groups, ribbon tabs. Ribbon groups maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this off to the side. And I will kind of look at the docs while I code. Oh, that's not the group I needed. I needed tools. That's what I needed, tools. Okay, button tool. Let me read up on this real quick. Because I was pretty sure the built-in WPF commands, the application commands, that cut would work. I'm pretty sure that works. Cut, copy, right? I think so. We will find out. I'm just going to try it. While that builds, I'm going to read. Ooh, ribbon tool commands. Here we go. Yeah, I think this works actually. Let's find out. We'll go new. Select it. Cut. Sweet. Paste, 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 paste. Nice. That was easy. That was too easy. Control V, Control V, Control. Oh my gosh, that was a breeze. Are you kidding me? Okay, that's nice. We can make this look better later. What else do we want to do? We probably care about like font sizes and things like that. Maybe change the font. Ooh, if we're changing the font size, that might not be so simple. Okay, first off, let's start a new group. We'll do a button group. C. Payette. Is that how you say it? C. Payette. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for joining. C. Payette. Let's see. You know, Payette is actually a town here in Idaho, a city in Idaho. Don't know if that's where you're from. That would be amazing if you were. Okay, button group. I think it's like a drop down. No, not drop down, toggle. Combo tool. Combo editor tool. There we go. So let me look at the combo editor documentation. Uh-oh. Something's going on. Mr. Fritz. Are you rating me, sir? Oh my gosh. That's awesome. I'm being raided. Next time, I'm going to be prepared for the raid. I'm going to be prepared. Oh, I'm getting raided. I'm getting followed. I have so much going on. Oh, the light theme. Yes, the light theme. Yes, the light theme. What's wrong with the light theme? There is nothing wrong with the light theme. Actually presenting, it's actually best to use light theme. When you're developing, dark theme is nice. Presenting, light theme. I'm telling you. What theme is it? Actually, let's look. Let's look. I don't know what theme it is. Where do I change that? Tools? Actually, I don't want to... I've had an unstable computer, so I'm scared to click on any button that I don't normally click on. Flash Dancer! Uh-oh. I hope that's just a name and not what you do. Good thing I can't see you. Killer Coder PT? Or does that stand for part? Yes. Alka, it is the default like theme. Hint, hint, search box. Oh my gosh, I'm confused. You guys are just attacking me from all directions. So I found what I'm looking for. There's actually, ooh, I can actually copy from the documentation. That is beautiful. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up, oh, PT stands for Portuguese. Killer Coder Portuguese. Nice, welcome from Portugal, I assume. David Jazbeck, I think that was what it was. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, my friend. Boom, boom, good to see you. Yes, Dark Dame puts me to sleep too. All right, so I'm copying and pasting this from the documentation, so bear with me. This looks pretty easy. The problem is yeah, I can bind to this. Let's do this. Let's give this a name. Who is that? Oh, I missed it. I'm so sorry. Let's give this a name. I don't know. We'll call it a font family. No, font size. Valar Ayat. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. They're coming up so fast from all directions. This raid is scrambling my brain. Codaskew. 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 Thank you. We could call this font size list or font sizes. Because that's what that is. Oh, I missed another one. Fritz, you animal! You're confusing me. I don't know what's going on. It's like I'm on the battlefield all over again. Just bullets coming from all directions. Okay. So let's do this. I'm gonna move this up. Oh! Dimmer 525! I think I got that one. Dimer? Was that Dimer 525? Let's say font sizes dot item source. Okay, will be font sizes. So we're setting our font sizes. We've got that. But I have a problem. Street Cheetah. Dude, I love that name. Street Cheetah. That's awesome. I hope you're a runner. I hope you're a runner. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Let's run this real quick. Because I think I have an issue already that we have to solve. Binary Chef. I followed before the raid and nothing special happened. StelZ79, thank you for the follow. Binary Chef, thank you for the follow. I could do a dance for you. Binary Chef followed me. Yeah. See, no one else got that. You got that. Oh god, I just remembered this is recorded. Do not make a clip of that, please. Do not make a clip of that. That's embarrassing. Okay, so here's the problem. I can type in this rich text editor. I can select my font sizes. The problem we have is, oh god, Killer Coder Portugal GIF coming. Please do not do that to me. No! K-Dog, you... Carl! Stop it! Delete that immediately. Okay, as I was saying, we have a problem. Because this application is so highly decoupled, this ribbon has no knowledge of this control at this bottom part, right? Because we're dynamically assigning this using an attribute. So what we have to do is find a way to associate this control, this rich text editor that I can do all this bolding and all this crazy stuff with, to this ribbon so I can actually manipulate it and change font sizes and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay. Think. Think. Let's look at what we have. Let's look at our message view. So this is how we're actually assigning the ribbon, right? We created this attribute, and when we inject our message view into our region, an instance of that tab is created. We're using the iSupport data context to make the connection between the data context of the ribbon and the control. Therefore, we should be able to take the same approach, except that we took with the data context, right? Yes. Yes. Wait. That should totally work. That should totally work. Let's try it. Okay, we're gonna go to core. Oh. Avadar. Avadar? Oh, I missed it. I gotta get better at my reflexes because those pop up way too quick. Oh, someone's spamming me. Oh no. I'm scared to click on. Hold on. What is this? What is this? It better not be what I think it is. Sure, follow me. Oh my god, you did! See, no one else got that. You got. Ah! You animals! You animals! All right, focus. I need a focus. Back to code. Back to code. I need an interface. I need an interface, and I need an interface that surfaces that rich text editor. Binary Chef. Never occurred to me to clip it until you said something. Ugh. When am I going to learn to keep my... I should listen to my wife and just keep my mouth closed. I'm just kidding. She doesn't tell me that. Only when she's mad. I support rich text. That sounds amazing. That sounds beautiful. Let's use that. And this is actually going to be an interface because we love interfaces. Angry little hamster. Thank you for the follow. Very creative name. So much better than my name. I just use my name. I should come up with a cool little creative tag like that. So I support rich text. What we need to do here is first, what does my NuGet packages look like? Manage NuGet packages. I think I have to add, because my thought is I'm going to define this interface which has the rich text editor on it. Yes. So we'll add that to core. And so what I'll do with this is I will modify our region behavior to where the exact same spot where we're hooking up the data context, I'm going to use that same spot to hook up our rich text editor. And so that will allow me to manipulate that rich text editor from the ribbon when it really knows nothing technically about the dependent view that's being injected, right? So I think that's going to work. I have a good feeling about that one. Okay, did it work? I got an out. What? What do you mean couldn't be resolved? It's local. Here, let me try something. Let me try something. I have a CI build. Maybe it was trying to look there. NuGet is kind of weird sometimes. Let's try this again. Sometimes, if you have a NuGet source that requires authentication, say VPN or something like that, and you're not connected, it won't even work no matter what source you try to pull from. Like I'm trying to pull from a local source. Look. Look at that. What are you talking about? This is a local source on my hard drive. But as I was saying, let me make sure I'm not hitting... Okay, that's... Maybe it's this Xamarin Nightly. Let me get rid of the Nightly one. Let me get rid of this one. I'm going to get rid of everything... Okay, let's try this again. Rich text editor. I want you to go to core. Install. Come on. This better work. There we go. See what I'm talking about? How weird is that? Man, that NuGet package manager could just be annoying sometimes. Okay. Looks like we're good to go there. The Carlton, though. Beer chug. You like that? You like that? Zam, rich text editor. And we'll just do a simple get set on this. Right? Look. Oh, I gotta give it a name. How about that? I guess I should give it a name, right? That would help. See, that rage still has my mind messed up. I'm trying to get my bearings. All right, so we have the interface. So what we can do now is I'm gonna go to my message view. I'm gonna I support rich text. You see what I'm doing here? Well, there are worse package manager. Yes. Yes, Stelzy79. There are worse package managers out there. Hint, hint, NPM. NPM drives me nuts, especially with those, what are they called? When they're dependencies, but they're not added as a dependency kind of thing. Oh, there's a name for it. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's extremely annoying. So let's see here. I want to return... Let's go to our message view. We have to give our rich text a name. Oh, we did. Underscore RTE. Perfect. Underscore RTE. So we will return that, which is going to be amazing. Code Askew. How do you distribute your WPF app now with .NET Core 3? Do you have an installer that can also auto-update the app? Don't tell me about Mizzix because that sucks. Unfortunately, I think Mizzix is the approach to go. There's a package. I'm not going to add it to this right now, but there is a package project that you use, and it will be auto-updating and all that, and you can put it in the store. Even though it's a WPF app, you can still put it in the store. Alexi! Hey! Good to see you. Thanks for joining. So, yes. Otherwise, you're going to use something older, like Click Once. That's a thing still. Technically, I think it's still supported. But I think Mizzix, I believe, is the future of package releasing from Visual Studio. You could always pay for a packaging product. I used to buy one. I forgot what it was called now. If I heard the name of it, I could tell you. But it's just been so many years since I've had to buy one. Dependencies that are not dependencies, banging head against walls. Angry little hamster. Yes, they're dependencies, but on the package of NPM, it's some other type of dependency. So when you actually add the package, it doesn't bring the dependency in, and your build will fail. Someone will remember. Okay. So we have that. I don't care about setting it on this one. This is the source. So I support rich text. That means we have to go to our message tab. And we're going to I support rich text on this one as well. I'm not 100% sure how I want to do this yet. So let's keep this simple for now. We'll just do some getter setter for now. I'm not sure how we're going to do that part. However, I do know that we now have to go to our region behavior. It was the dependent view region behavior. And right here, you see right here where we were checking if the incoming view supports data context and the new view supports data context. Well, then we're going to set the data context of the ribbon tab, right? This is the ribbon tab to the view's data context. We're going to do the same approach here. So now I could say, if info.view is I support rich text. We'll go view rich text. And new view is I support rich text. What do I call that? Yeah. No, view, info. No, I got that wrong. Follow my naming conventions. Follow my naming conventions. Info, rich text. View, rich text. Yes, that's better. Okay. Now that we have that. Info, rich text. No. Yeah. Okay. Info, rich text, dot, rich text editor equals the views rich text editor. Yes. Yes. Could totally do that. StelZ79. I think it could change the behavior of the prop snippet to auto-implement the editor. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I'm still working on it. Alexi, custom syntax highlighting is possible for XAMPP syntax highlight. You mean the XAMPP syntax editor? Yes, it is. You can write any custom highlighting logic that you want. It's totally customizable. Okay, so this should actually set. So we return that. That should be good. I'm gonna leave that open just in case I made a mistake. I want to actually convert this to a backing field for now. Because this. I just want to hit a breakpoint. I want to make sure I'm not crazy and this is going to work like I think it's going to work. I'm pretty sure this will now give me the rich text editor. Crossing my fingers. So if this works, now I can add those buttons to the ribbon and manipulate the text in the rich text editor directly via this interface. Now I might have to think about memory leaks on this. I might have to go in that rich text editor or in that region behavior and like when the view's removed, I might want to set that to null, right? I'm just thinking out loud. Okay. Oh, there. I could have swore I hit that breakpoint. Here, let me close this and we'll open it back up. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Don't do that if you're around a lot of people because they'll look at you all weird. But I work from home in my own little private office, so I can be very strange. Okay, yes, we do indeed have that rich text editor that we can now manipulate. Sweet. Sweetness. Okay, so let's do this. I can close that out because I'm done there. I'm not sure about this. Not sure. Let me look at my documentation real quick. Because I think I don't think I'm going to have to bind to that. Huh. Okay. Okay. All right. I think this is what I have to do. I have to add a selection changed event here. Is it selection on the combo editor? Should be selection changed. Item changed on the editor tool. Maybe it's oh, yep, there it is. Selected item changed. There we go. Boop. New event handler. Come on, Visual Studio. Don't quit on me now. Thank you. Alexi. Avalon Edit has errors when it works with the on-screen keyboard. The keyboard is shown and hidden many times when I click on the editor. I am looking for an alternative with syntax highlighting. I want to try XAMPP syntax editor. Yes, give it a try. And if you have any questions, just email me or reach me on Twitter. Okay, so we have this selected item changed. So if I look at the docs, how do I apply this? Oh, that's easy. Rich text editor dot selection dot apply font size. Cool. And then I think E, yeah. So it's a double, so maybe I could convert that to a double. E dot new value. That looks right. K-Dog, Carl. Gotta run. Great throwback to the awesome WPF days. Hey, Carl, thanks for joining. I'll call you later. We'll talk some Blazor. All right. This should, according to the documentation, that's all I need to do. So let's check that out. Come on, VS. Well, my stream seems to be holding pretty steady, which is good. All right, so let's type. I'm gonna highlight. Let's change it to like, I don't know, 60. How stupid easy is that? That's ridiculously easy. That's awesome. Okay. Let's change our font too. Want to do that? So let's add another one of these for the actual, like, the font name. Font names. And actually, let's get... I don't like this. Don't like that at all. Let's rename that. Go back here. Okay. First, we need all the font names. There's a way to do this. Font names.item source. There's a way. There's like a fonts, right? Yes, on the media fonts. Is it? Do I need a get font families or system font families or typefaces? Typeface. Code Askew, are you a desktop developer? Yes, I am a desktop developer, but I'm also a mobile developer and a web developer. I'm an everything developer. Just depends on what I'm talking about. And today I am talking about WPF and Prism. A couple streams ago, we were in Blazor, writing Blazor apps. Soon I'll be in Angular. And I also want to learn React. I have not learned React yet, but I think it's something I need to do. That should be fun. To list. Right, to list. The Poison Tony 321 exclamation point keyboard. What's that do? Is that supposed to do something? Exclamation point keyboard? Just curious. Let's select Zelucient. I am loving Blazor. What are your thoughts? I think Blazor's pretty cool. It has some performance issues right now for like any real, data heavy app. Or if you have like a lot of users connecting to it, you might have some performance issues. I think that if they can give us direct manipulation of the DOM, that would be amazing. That way you don't have to go through the JS interop and introduce a ton of performance issues. That would be great too. But so far, I mean, it's just like a V1, right? It's pretty awesome for V1. It really is. And for anyone coming from desktop to the web, it's a pretty smart choice because it's a lot easier for desktop devs or C# devs, WinForms, to grasp those concepts. So I think this will give me a list of the fonts. I'm pretty sure. Let's find out. Now, I kind of have a rule for any technology I use. I always wait till V3 before I use it in production, because it gives them plenty of time to figure out all the little problems and issues and get all the performance fixes in and find all those little things that will bite you in a production app. Alexi. Oh, talking to the Poison Tony 321 on-screen keyboard, tab tip in Windows 10. It's touch panel controller and for CNC. Oh, okay. What keyboard and mouse do you use? I actually use this really cheap HP keyboard. See how thin that is? I do not have a mechanical keyboard because those are too loud for me. I record a lot of instructional videos for my YouTube channel, and the one thing I do not want to hear is tapping on a keyboard. Another thing I do sometimes is when I record videos, I will put a towel. I'll fold a towel up and I'll put it underneath my keyboard, and then you will not hear a peep in your mic come from that keyboard. All right, so here we go. Yep, perfect. Look at that, sweet. Okay, so that worked. So next, we just have to apply our fonts. That should be pretty easy. So let me look at the docs over here. Oh, it's just as easy. It's just as easy. But let's see. Let me grab the font. Equals. We probably need to cast this to a string. Oops, string. Yep. E.new value. That should be the actual font from there. I actually... Just in case. Just in case. And then it says rich text editor dot selection. Okay, yeah. Just like we did before. Rich text editor dot selection dot apply font. And then the name of the font. But this is a... Oh, I got to create a... Oh, okay. New... Rich text font, and then my font name. Well, that was pretty easy too. But I don't want this here. Let's get rid of that. And then we'll add our using statement at the top. And let's rename this to font name so it's more clear. But yeah, sweet. Doc D, or Doc27. You don't think Blazor will turn into another Silverlight Google WebKit? You know, it's possible. What I like about Blazor is that it was created by developers. You know, it wasn't just some suit that had an idea and gave a team an idea like, hey, go write this, with no real purpose behind it. Blazor was driven from apps, from C# developers writing apps for the web. So I like that aspect because they're coming at it from a developer perspective. I do like that. Lexi, I'm just like an alien. Ask Brown, I answer. Ask Brian, I answer. That's true. Alexi's awesome. Okay. So this should do it. I'm going to run this again. So my CPU usage is scaring me. It's at 90% right now. My GPU is at... Oh my god, I just hit 100% CPU. Whew, I need my new machine quick. Because this should not take 100% of my CPU to do this. So I can almost guarantee you that's why I've been dropping my stream the last couple of days. Whoops. Missed my new button. Alright, so let's throw some text in here. Comic Sans. Aha! And let's make it bigger. Dude, this is awesome. Love it. So easy. So easy. Okay. Let's see here. We haven't hooked up reply yet. We haven't hooked up a double click. We can keep adding like alignment maybe. Maybe like a left, align center. align left and right. Maybe something like that. Maybe we'll just do those kind of 3 things and call it good. So I'm going to add another button group here. We'll move on after this because that's really all we really need, right? Some fonts, some bolding, and some alignment, and we can write an email. We need a button. IG. Actually, would this be a... No, yeah, that would be a toggle button. That would be a toggle button. Bold. Will this include Clippy? It may. It may. We might need to throw a Clippy in there. We need a bold. No. Do we want to do bold, underline? Because I want to do alignment too, though. Left, right. Oh, man. Italic. I better do this. Bold button. And then, what is it? It's underline too, right? And... Wait, I'm trying to think. Aren't there application commands for alignment? I think so. I think we can do that. Oh no, I'm late. What did I miss? The only thing you did miss. Oh, Strikethrough. Doc 27 Strikethrough. I don't know if we'll add strike. We could add it. Is we had to modify our region behavior here for our rich text editor. We did the I support rich text trick because I needed to have access to the rich text editor in our ribbon. That way I can manipulate it. Now let me look at the docs one more time over here. And so for... Okay, so yes, there is support. Let me add a caption here. Whoops, not cache mode, caption. Right? Okay, caption, bold. So these should be easy because the docs tell me I can use the built-in editing commands. And this is bold, right? Is that what it's called? Oh, they call it toggle bold, sorry. Toggle bold. So for those of you that may not be aware, is that what it's called? Oh, they call it toggle bold, sorry. Toggle bold. So for those of you that may not be aware, in WPF, there are some built-in commands. There's application commands, there's editing commands. You could kind of search it. If you just bring up your favorite search engine, you will find a list of a number of commands that are built into the framework that you can take advantage of. And the Infragistics rich text editor hooks into these commands to make it easy. So we have toggle italic, right? And I'm assuming this is going to be toggle underline too. Yep. Cool. So let's test that real quick. And then we will hit up our alignment. And so far, uh-oh. I could see it. My CPU and GPU usage went up, and I started losing my stream. So I probably froze right there. My machine is not powerful enough to run all this stuff. I probably froze on you. Oh my gosh, bold, bold, bold. Copy and paste gets me every time. All right, so we will italicize that, underline that, bold that. Uh-oh, we have an issue though. We need to update the state of that, of those buttons. And, yep, when I select text, I need to update the state of that as well. Ooh, well, that's interesting. That's an interesting problem. We might need to fix that too. Italic, underline. This is going to be caption. Left, center, and we'll go right. I think there's a justify too, but I'm not sure if I care about that or not. I mean, why not, right? Why not? Sure. No strike through button. We'll get to the strike through. I'll add strike through just for you, my friend. Just for you. And once again, it looks like we could take advantage of the editing commands that are built in for align left. Copy, 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 copy. Be careful with copy and paste. It bites me all the time. We'll go align center. Vlad, Dirtfood Vlad, nice to see ya. Hi, what are we working on today? We are working on formatting our rich text for our email. And so I'm just creating some buttons here. Is this align justify? That allows us to do that. So that should work. And you know what? I'm gonna have to give these names. I know it. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna have to give these names because we have to update the button state when we select text. It's gonna happen. I foresee it right now. However, the functionality should be here. So watch this. I'll bet I freeze frames right here. I'm gonna watch my kilobytes per second drop. Roy White! Good to see you. Thanks for following, my friend. We are just working on a WPF application. We're building Outlook with WPF, Prism, and Infragistics controls. So here's our new email. Type, 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 type. Center, right, justify, center, left. Sweet! That works amazingly. Amazingly well. How you like that? Heiko Panjas. Thanks for the follow. DocD27. Streaming software set to high CPU priority. I believe so. I believe so. I think I have my settings right. I've gone over them so many times. But after about an hour in, I'm looking at my CPU. Oh my gosh. Yeah. My GPU is at 70% now. I'm at 55% of my memory. And my CPU will hit up to 100% when I debug. And that will bring my stream, it will crash it. It has happened the past 3 streams. However, I have a new machine coming. I have a brand new Digital Storm custom built machine with a 12-core Ryzen 9 processor, freaking an 8GB NVIDIA graphics card. Like, this thing will be a streaming beast when I'm done. Ah, I can't wait. It's just taking forever to get. All right. I think Strikethrough. Hold on. We need Strikethrough. Does this thing support Strikethrough? Where's the docs? I'm reading through here. I'm sure there's a Strikethrough. Let's see. Let me close this. Well, first things first. We have to update the state of these buttons. And you know what? I'm gonna need a name on these two. Oh, not cur, cut. We're gonna need to update these states because when I select the text, I want my ribbon to respect the values. And actually, this should actually be a radio. Oh. I'm trying to think. Let me open an email real quick. Sorry. I actually think that needs to be a different type of tool. Yes, it does. So I just opened up my Outlook email, and these act more as a radio button tool, like a radio button. So we need to change those. Because only one of these can be applied at a time, right? And they're pressed, and they're in a group, right? So yeah, those need to be radio button tools. So maybe we should start with fonts first, then work our way down to update. So we're gonna have to hook into an event here. And I am going to prepare myself. Whoops. For unhooking these events. Probably rich text editor. Is there like a selection changed? There is a selection changed. I probably need a loaded too, though. Is there a loaded? Is there a loaded? There is a loaded. So my thought process is when it first loads, we have to set the state of the buttons, right? And then as we select, we need to update the state of the buttons as we select different text. So let's do this. Rich text editor. Let's do loaded. Okay, we'll do loaded. And we'll do selection changed. I'm pretty sure we're going to need these two event handlers for sure. For sure, we're going to need these. The problem is how do I get information from that to the documentation we go? To the documentation we go. Oh, let's see. Brian, why don't you use get variable instead of... Oh, the reason I did that is because you see this here. Whoops, I didn't mean to cut. I actually need... Oh wait, maybe here... Maybe I don't need to do it there. Maybe I don't need... Maybe I just do it here. I probably... Oh, here we go. This is what I need to do. I need to protect myself from memory leaks for one. So rich text editor, not equal null. So right before the value changes, let's unsubscribe anything. The value is going to change, okay? And then we do it again, except this time we are adding the event handler to the new instance. See that? Okay. Now, back to your question, Alexi. Why don't I just use the get and then the arrow? Essentially, this. Right? I guess that's just syntactical sugar. The thing about new features like that is I've been coding a certain way for so long, like 15 years. I've been coding a certain way. And you just get used to it. And that's just what you're used to. Right? I mean, when the new syntactical sugar comes out, it just takes a long time for me to adopt. Because you get into a habit and you're in your flow, and this is how you've always written it. That's just how you always do it. The good news is it doesn't matter. It works the same. This is just syntactical sugar. It doesn't really buy you anything. This is exactly the same as that. Right? Fuel Snabble. I still don't use generics. Yeah. It's just one of those things. You get comfortable. Now, a lot of the new developers, they're coming into these new syntactical sugars that have been added, the async await and the arrow. I even forgot the name of what they call that thing. The new if statement checking for null. Like, here, I'll show you. On this region behavior, whoops, not there. This syntax is new. It's taking me a while to get used to using that. Normally, I get the info.view, I cast it, see if it's null, and then I do this, right? So we don't have to do that anymore, which I'm getting used to that one. All right, so I need to read this doc real quick. And I need to check. How do I read this information? So it looks like we have a document span that we need to grab. And then you can get settings from that. Okay. Okay, so let's move this down here. I don't use this rich text editor a lot, so I'm glad we have documentation because I'm gonna be reading a lot of this. Dirt Good Vlad, often you generate getter and setter with code snippets, so it's automatically set. But look, tools like ReSharper help refactoring. Yes, it's true. So, you know, I'll go, whoops, prop, right? So you get that, but then what happens is if I want to refactor this with a full property, it gives me, oh, look, Visual Studio 2019 actually gives you the little arrow thing. Looky there. Looky there. They've updated their snippet. But if I use Prism a lot, so I have my own snippet. And so I get this. That's the Prism snippet. All right, back to loading. So let's start by creating a method called update. Update what? Update state. Update visual state. Update visual state. That'll work. Doc27. Should C# be talked about in terms of language versions? Like, oh my gosh, sometimes, right? And if I remember correctly, if you're using Visual Studio 2017, you don't get .NET Core 3, and a lot of the new C# 8 features aren't available in .NET. So if you're using 2017, you won't get the new C# 8 features. You have to be in 2019. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Uh-oh. What's this? It's a message I can't read. Do you see this? Do you see what I'm seeing? Anyways, Visual Studio 2019 and .NET Core 3 has all the latest and greatest. Visual Studio 2017, without .NET Core 3, you do not get the latest C# features. I am scared to click this button. Doc 27. Windows 10 is perfectly stable with no bugs. Yeah, no kidding. 0 bugs. Oh my god. What's going to happen when I close this? Let's find out, shall we? Nothing. Okay, I'm good. Okay. Woo. Oh my gosh. I'm scared now. I'm totally paranoid. Totally paranoid. What's going to happen? Okay. So the documentation is... I have a document span. Okay, so document span. I'll just call this doc span. You can get common okay, equals rich text editor. Document. So there's a document property off of the rich text editor, and there's get common character settings. And then you pass in a document span. Okay, but the documents... Okay, I can't do it this way. I need to read more. This is what it means right here. But I need to get the document span. So how do I get the document span? I get it from the selection. Okay, so rich text editor dot selection document span. Okay. However, before we do this, we might want to check for null. We might want to, yeah, because that's totally going to be null when we first load before the data binding kicks in. So, yeah, we'll do the new document span. What's this? Offset? Sure, whatever. Okay, that looks like I can do something with that. So when we load, let's call update visual state. Okay. So now I have the settings. What can I do with settings? What can I do with settings? So the characters. I wish our documents were a little clearer. Just a little clearer on what it was talking about. So if I wanted to get... Okay, so there's the character settings. So what's this return? This return... Yeah, okay, so we're talking character settings. Oh, okay. So I can say my font sizes... is it like selected item or value selected item? We'll try value first. We'll see what happens. Because this, yeah, okay, so equals, and it says there's a font size property here. Okay. That's nullable. So maybe, oh! What? I'm frozen. My machine died. Okay, well, that kind of sucks. Well, let me do this. Will that bother you if you just can't see me and you just hear my voice? Or would you rather see my frozen picture? Oh my god. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh, I can. I don't know if, was I floating around? All right, let's keep going. We will worry about a frozen camera later. It's oh my god. You just see my face right now. That's ridiculous. All right. Okay, gather yourself. Let's keep... What was I doing? Oh yeah, font size. Okay, font size. Font size is nullable. So let's make sure it has a value. And if it does have a value, we'll say settings, font size, oh wait, extent? Value. Value's extent. If it's... Oh, okay. Enum, centimeters, logical millimeters. What do we want to use? I'm pretty sure we use points on font sizes in WPF. I think this is points, so we'll go with points. Otherwise, let's default to like 12. Right? Whoops, dot, sorry. So we're basically saying, hey, does the font have a value? If yes, we're going to use that. No! Alexi, no screenshots! No screenshots! Don't you do it! Don't you do it! Oh my gosh. I'm going to be the fool of Twitter today. Oh, killer coder. You would. You guys would. Yeah, so we'll check the has value. No, I know what you're thinking. Do something like this, right? So font size, exclamation point, value dot points. Well, I want to provide a different value. If that's null, I want to provide a different value, right? So we're calling update on loaded. I want to call update on selection changed as well. Does that make sense? Should I do that? I think I should. Oh yeah, I guess I could use the and question mark question mark. I mean, I guess whoops. One way I could write this. Oh my gosh. I could do this. Something like that, right? Oh, whoops. What? What do you mean it doesn't have a definition for it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll just keep it the way it is. I don't want to fiddle with that. Okay. So let's just test this out. Exclamation point. That's the second time I've seen that. Here, let me share this actually. Let me open up my GitHub for desktop, and I will share the link to this project. I always forget to do that. It's put it in the chat window here. There we go. Put that in the chat window. So yeah, Lagunas / Prism Outlook is where all the code is located. I check it in after every stream. Okay, let's see the damage. Simple var, I just know it could be prettier. Yeah, it probably could be prettier. I'm looking for functional right now. I can always refactor. Viasu, which project is this? This is a WPF project written with Prism that is Outlook. So we're writing Outlook. So here we have our Outlook application, right? And we can pick emails, we can create emails, we can delete emails. And we're working on sending right now. But what I want to do... So let me change the font. So right now we're working on essentially changing the fonts and the character settings of our text so that we could write an actual email. And look, it totally worked. See, I selected... Here, I'll make it even bigger. Let's make it bigger. Let's go 40. So I select up here, that's 11. Let's change that to 12. I select here, that's 40. I select here, that's 12. Okay. So I think that's good. I think the next thing we should handle is the font. So let's handle the font. How do we do font? Let me open up my docs. Actually, I got to find the documentation again because my computer crashed. So let me just open this up over here so you can see. I just have to help. At least I remembered here. So rich text editor. Managing rich text editor. Here we go. Here we go. Managing. Okay. Yep. So I will just pull that back over to the side. Let me get back to the page I was just on. And we are dealing with that selection. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm back where I need to be. Now, we want to update the font family. And so here, maybe I should actually, before I do this, you never know, right? I mean, really? You never know. Okay. So, to get How do you get the font family from the settings? It looks like... Oh, simplifier. I checked quickly. It's settings.font size. Question mark, question mark. 12. Okay, so this is what you're saying. You're saying it's... This is what you're talking about? The problem is... Let me go back over here. This, that's nullable. I want to be able to do this. That? Maybe? I don't know. I like it the other way. I like it the other way. Let's put it back. This is my style. AGR, hey! Hey, buddy! Good to see ya. Will this be decoding fonts from real emails? So you could have... yes, it should decode fonts from real emails. Like, this is a real text editor. It's... Yes. Right now, I think we're using RTF. But it supports HTML as well. So, for example, AGR, yes. Yes, my cam is locked up. You missed the computer crash. So, it was quite entertaining. However, if we look at our services, we have some mock data in here. And I'm just using Word documents for now. See this RTF? That's my data. But the rich text editor works with all kinds of different formats. For now, I'm using RTF. All right, let's go back. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So I'm trying to read font. So font, we have font settings. So hold on. Settings.font settings. ASCII. Complex script. High hint. Let's start with this. Oh, it's another... Okay, it's another one of those. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. I call that font names is what I called it. And that's a string. So theoretically, if I take the same approach that I just took here, that simplifier hates. He hates this. Right? Yeah, what should be the default? This should fall back to something like that. Comic Sans. Let's just do Arial. That. So if the selection has any... Is that right? The docs say that should work. Okay, let's try it. That should work. Though I'm having a feeling we should pull these out into separate methods. Simplifier. I love it because it's your style. Yes, it's my style. It's my old school, old man programming style. Okay. Let's put the blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. And what do we got? Okay, that didn't work. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, wait, it did work. Then how come that doesn't say Arial? I select that and it worked. Okay. Let's come in here. Something kind of worked. Right? Oh, no. Killer Coder, what did you do? What did you do? my God. You guys are killing me. You're killing me. Code freeze. Oh my God, that's awesome. It's terrifying, but funny at the same time. All right. So we come through here. 11. Null. That has a value, but it's null. So, okay, I need to fix that. So that's basically saying, hey, if it has a value, yeah. Okay, here we go. If it has a value, and it's not string is null or empty white space, right? Isn't that it? Okay, that's ASCII. ASCII, what was it? ASCII. I already forgot what I wrote. Oh, value.name. We would do that. Okay, so basically we're checking if it has a value, and if it is a value, make sure it's not null. Otherwise, we're using Arial. That's interesting. That was null. Okay. So this isn't too bad. Oh my God, that screenshot was hilarious. All right, so we're doing new. There we go, Arial. We'll type. I'll change it to that. Arial. Okay, we're working. We're working. Doc 27. When the font is null, is it actually displaying Arial? Well, when the font is null. Uh-oh. I deleted something. Font settings get returned null. I was deleting. I hit backspace. Maybe. You know what? I was deleting. Hold on. Okay, this is getting crazy. Let's do this. Void update font sizes. Let's start refactoring a tad. I think that was like character settings. So we'll do this. Right, we'll just do it. We'll just make this a little bit cleaner. Whoops. Come on, Visual Studio. It's supposed to be smart and auto-complete this stuff. Settings. Little refactoring, no big deal. Little refactoring. Update. Font family. There we go. Now we can check if settings dot font settings. Let's get out of here. And then this is kind of, I got that on one. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Maybe that will fix our issue. Dorgoop Flad. Brian, I installed IG Pro but having an issue as there is no local NuGet path. Repairing didn't help either. Could you open your NuGet package source for a second? Yeah, well, I can actually tell you exactly where your sources are going to be put. Oh, and hold on. If you installed, make sure you do a custom install and check install the NuGet packages. I do not know if those are installed locally by default. However, when you install them, let me bring up my, it's going to go under your C, users, public, documents, infragistics, NuGet. Right? So if you're having issues, this is where it's going to be. See that? And then we have all our NuGet packages in there. But when you install, make sure you check install the NuGet packages. All right, so this is running new. Now the question was, if is this actually Arial? Yes, this should actually be Arial. I think that's the default of the RTF, and it is. And I only know that because I created the Word documents and they were Arial. That's why I know they're Arial, because I created the Word documents that I'm using. Okay. So let's go. We can change that to Comic Sans. Center. Yep, this is all working. Okay, what happened was I selected it all and I hit delete. Okay, so we fixed that bug. Awesome. Sweet. That is not so bad. Not so bad at all. What else do we have? We have our bold, italic. Okay, so how do we get that information? How do we update that visual state? What happens when you select text made of two different fonts? Let's find out, shall we? Let's find out. Good question. I don't even know. I'm assuming it's going to take the last font that was selected. It's going to work just like Microsoft Word would work. So whatever you did in work, first, second. So we'll do second, something like this. We'll do the first, like that. If I select it all, oh! There, it didn't do anything. It stayed default. But check this out. Oh, did you see that? Oh, it did not like that at all. So what's happening is when we do that, I'm selecting it. It selects the first font, right? This is working exactly how we coded it, actually. It's selecting the font, and then it's setting the value of the combo box. And when that combo box value changes, it updates the font family of the second text to the newly selected. Yeah. I'm not going to support that. We're going to call that by design. By design. Does that happen with bold italics? I don't know. We will find out, though. If it does, we might have to actually put some more logic in here. Possibly. Okay, so how do we update the, whatchamacallit? The bold, italic, stuff like that. Okay, so let me go through these docs real quick. I'm not sure, actually. Where is it? Doesn't really say. Simplifar can add a -- font when multiple fonts are selected, which won't say. Oh! Great idea. Great idea. We'll put a to-do on there. That's an excellent idea, Simplifar. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm trying to read through here. Is it that? Hold on. Is there a... Ooh, settings not bold. Hey. Oh, it's Doc 27's idea. Well, good. Awesome. So bold. So we have bold. What else do we have? Do we have italic too? This might be easier than I thought. Italics, yep. Okay, so let's do... Oh, wait a minute. I gave that a name, right? Bold button. Yeah, so... Bold button is checked equals settings dot bold. Right? I mean, that's what the docs say here. That's all I have to do. Maybe something like that. Or, oh, that's fine, because I think it's checked as nullable. Alexi, Brian, did you study in college as programmer? Kind of. A little bit. I actually have a complicated history. I actually started coding late in life, like really late. I was in the Army, then I was a police officer for a while. That job sucked, got out of that. Then I actually went to college for creating video games. And so when I was using, what is it called? 3D Studio Max, I believe it was called. And I got into some writing an extension for it because I had to do some particle stuff. And then that introduced me into coding. And so, yeah, that's how I got into coding. But I was actually going to write games. That's what I was going to do. Design games, the 3D animation part. Mages. Mages. Will you or do you cover unit testing? I do, just not in this stream currently. Okay, so now I have my italic button. Nope, italic. Right? And then there should be one for underline, right? No, underline is handled. Underline type, underline. Ah, I wish our docs were a little more clear. A little more clear, because I'm not. Oh. Okay, so they have settings, italics, underline type. Wait, no, not italics, sorry. Ugh. Underline type. But the type has a value that you use. Okay, I gotta write. Let's do something. I don't like this. Update toggle button. We'll do a toggle button tool. And then, what type is that? You know what? I'm just going to say a bool. Let's do this. I don't want to have to write this for every single... like this line of code, right? We should be able to... Button is checked equals value. We should be able to do something like this. I don't know if we want to do like a... has value, right? Something like that. Could do that. But now, okay, update toggle button. Pass in my bold button. Go settings.bold. Come on, I just had it. Right? And then I could get rid of that. That's a little better. And italics. Okay, let me test this real quick. Because the underline API looks a little more complicated. Because the value is actually an enum, it looks like. I'm looking at the API docs. Doc 27, can you do a grayed out half on button state for the null case? Possibly. It's just button state. Wonder if that would be like a... That would be a disabled, right? Would you disable it? No, you couldn't disable it because then you couldn't change the value. Keebs! Hey! How you doing? Don't mind the frozen video of me. Long story. Well, no, it's not a long story. Short story. My computer crashed. And when it came back online, my video wouldn't work. Oh, sweet! Look at that. It works. So can I do both? Can I do both? Yes! I totally can do both. So this one's bold and italic. Oh, this is so easy. I just wish the API docs were a little better. Just a little better. A little more clear. What happens when I select it all? Good question. Nothing. Nothing selected when I have everything selected. But that means I could bold everything or unbold everything. And that will keep italic and that will keep italic. So I think it works just like Word works, right? Okay, so underline. Let's do underline because this one looks a little more complicated. I probably need another method for this, actually. I just cannot type. You would think, after all these years of typing, I would figure this out. All right. So let's think about this. Update underline state. I'm gonna need the settings on that. For sure. Okay, so let's pass in the settings. I definitely need the settings on this. Okay. Now the underline state has an underline type. So let's look at this. Underline settings, underline type. And it's nullable. So let's see. Okay, first let's do this. If it has value, let's do something. What can we do if it has value? Let me look at our options here. Underline type, value. Okay, so this is an actual value, but it's an enum. Excuse me. What's our values? Ooh, oh wow. We have a lot of values. Dash, dot, long, double, none, single, thick, wave. Okay. So we just need to know true or false if it has an underline applied. We don't have to check the types. We just have to know if there's an underline applied to the text. So I may be overthinking this a tad. We might just be able to do this now. Update toggle button. We will update our underline button. And our value, well, our value is going to be if the underline type, if the value is not null, right? Oh, no. We're already checking for null. That's not it. If the underline type is not none, right? Let's think about this. So if there's an underline has a value, okay, we have a value, yes. Then we're going to update that button only if the value of the underline is not null. It means we have something applied. I think that makes sense. I think that works. I think that's valid. My CPU is at 100%. I am surprised this stream is still going. I've only had one catastrophic failure so far. Well, actually two. We had an audio issue, which I had to restart. And then we had a computer crash. Can I turn down the music? Yes! Yes, I can. How's that? Turn it down. Now, it doesn't turn down for me, but it should turn down for you. So my background music's still going. But it should be lower. Okay, let's find out. Dr. 27, let's find out. Let's underline this. Let's italic this one. Or bold that one, italic this one. Okay. Okay. That worked. Dr. 27 is still a null case with a 0 linked string. Let's find out. Delete. Nope. That totally worked. And we can do it mid, but what happens if I select? Okay, so at least that one behaves more like we think it should behave. All right. Awesome! Only a few more buttons and we can call it a day. Then this problem will have to be solved. So we have align left, align center, align right, and justify. Okay. Back to the documentation. How do we find out how things are aligned? Tab stops, undo, redo, view splitting, tables, hyperlinks. Uh-oh. Please tell me we have a section for this. Configuring. Uh-oh. Hold on. API. Rich text. Okay, okay. I got it. I got it. Okay. So, alignment state. It looks like there's paragraph settings we can use. So we're actually not using... We're not using these settings now. We're done using the settings. We actually have to use the document span, which we have here. Paragraphs, okay. Let's do this. Update. What do we want to call this? Update alignment. Update paragraph. Let's alignment. Update alignment. Whoops. Update alignment. That works. Whoops. I don't do that. And then I know we need to pass in the document span. So we say doc span. Okay. So according to this, the rich text editor has, okay, we have a paragraph settings. Our paragraph settings is equal to our rich text editor. Document get common paragraph settings. And we have to pass in the span, which we have as doc span. So once we have our paragraph settings, doc.27. By the way, what does do document span 00 do? How does that object know it belongs to the text editor? Oh, so this span is just a object that represents a selection in the editor. So if I were to make a selection on the very first line, that would be document span 0 to say 130. And that's the selection. If I was like on the third line, that might say document span 3, comma, and then however many characters over we go. So this just represents a selection. So I'm saying There is no selection when I do this. That's all it says. Otherwise, we grab the selection from the editor itself, the selection property. Okay, wouldn't the constructor need a reference to the rich text control? Nope. Because we're just dealing with a span, a document span. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah. Okay. So we have our settings, and it's saying that there's a p settings dot paragraph alignment. Cool. Paragraph alignment. We have a value. Of course, this is a nullable one. So we might as well do what we've been doing. Let's just do this. But anything you do to that document span, like these alignment ones, we're just going to in the void. Yes, you're correct. If there's no selection, there's nothing to apply. Nothing would be applied. Okay, so we want to grab the value. Var, what do we want to call this? We already have p setting. I want the alignment. Alignment? Equals p settings dot paragraph alignment dot value. And this is, ooh, that's an enum. Center, justify, distribute. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So, hold on. Yes, yes. Okay. We need to check each type, right? So maybe like a switch. We can do a switch here on the alignment. And of course we'll have our default, which is just a, no default. I don't want a default yet. However, we do need a case. So if we're going left, oh wait, what's left? Center, end, start. Would left be start? Oh, specifies that text should be aligned on the leading text margin in the document. Left for, oh, I guess I should read the comments. Perfect, so we need start. And let's put a break in here. So if it's the start, we need to toggle the button. And hey, guess what? We already have a method to do that. So this would be the left, align left. True, right? Oh, wait a minute. That's a radio button. Okay. I can't do the radio. I guess I gotta do a, no, that should totally work. Why isn't that working? That should totally work. A radio button is a toggle button, right? Let's go F12 on that bad boy. Radio button. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, it is. It is a toggle button. Oh, but you know what? It's not a toggle button tool. Can I fix that? Will that work? Did that work? Yes! I totally think that worked. So don't use it. Okay, yeah. So I'm not using the tool. I'm just using a toggle button, which appears to be a base class. Let me go back to this. To the radio button. See, toggle button. And that must mean, if we look at the toggle button also, that's a base class. Perfect. Perfect. So, case. Hey, case. We also need center, right? Let me just go ahead and I think I did center, right. Oh, wait, that's not right. Okay, there's no right. So I guess end would be right. End specifies the text shall be aligned on the trailing right. Yes. Okay, so end. And then this would be justify. Oh, I should probably copy that too, huh? Whoops. Okay, so this is align center, align right, align justify. Is that what I called that? Yes, that is what I called it. Okay, so update alignment. We have update alignment. I can't think of anything. I think that should work. Let's find out. Let me read these docs some more while that's building. Paragraph border settings, paragraph indentation. There's all kinds of stuff on here. Paragraph indentation settings? That's not the same thing as paragraph settings, right? Oh, what docs am I reading? Here, I'll show you. I am looking at the API docs here. So, for example, I'm looking at paragraph settings, class members on the Infragistics website. So I'm scrolling down and I just look real quick for what I'm looking for. See, and I saw paragraph alignment, and then I will click on paragraph alignment. And that takes me to its members, right? Just kind of takes me around. Just API docs on the Infragistics help website. Like I said, I wish they were a little clearer. But it's better than nothing. Okay, am I running it? Yes, I am. All right. Let's hit some text, some text, some text, some text. I'm gonna center this one. Right, just right that one. Justify this one. And left that one. And we'll underline. Change some font sizes. Oh, check this out, people. Underline. Change the font. Okay, this is pretty awesome. Center, right. Let me italicize and bold that one. Gothic, Arial. I don't want no stinking Arial. I want Comic Sans. This one could be something else. We'll just scroll down till we Nimsum. Simpson. In Simpson. And it looks like our buttons are working just as they are supposed to. Sweet. Oh, that was awesome. Zoltar Lord, Lagunas! Yes! Simplivar, marvelous. Keeps looking good. Yes, okay. Success. Success. Hold on, we gotta check. Okay, what does the alignment do if you, let's find out. Let's select all the text. Actually, I have an issue here. I have an issue. Do you see that? Okay, let's fix that. Let's fix that real quick. Because I'm trying to think what could be causing that. And it's an update issue. And honestly, I'm not sure if there's an API for this. I think it's a logic thing. Let me just... Yeah, because the font and the font size are changing on this. Those are the only things where we actually like set something, right? And I think it has to do... I don't see anything in the API that's going to solve this for us. Yeah, if you could just ship it, that'd be great. Thanks. That's Ultralord. We will! We will. You know what I should probably do? In general, do you need to prevent the control change handlers from fire? I think that's what it is. Doc27, I think that's what it is. We need to prevent this from occurring when I'm making changes. That's exactly what it is. So we need a property. We need a property. Something simple. Just a... Oh, we can use this. Something like updating state. Right? Updating state. We can do updating state equals true. And when we're done, updating state equals false. And so, what'd I do? Oh, I guess I should change the data type. Okay. So we're tracking. So this is where I'm actually applying a font. And I'm applying the selected item change. So should we put it there? And make simple var, make sure to set the false in the case that settings equals null. Yes, yes. Good idea. Great idea. Great idea. Thank you for that. Now, I'm thinking we just need to put it on these font selected item changed event handlers. Right? Right? I'm thinking that's where we need to put it. Because if you think about it, this is what's actually changing stuff, right? So if we say if updating state returned, and that shouldn't happen. Form selected item changed. Form selected changed. I think that fixes it. Thank you, Doc27 and Simple Var. I think that did it. I think that was the trick. Because we just want to prevent those font sizes and those font names from changing, because those combo boxes are tricky, right? They're the tricky thing, because not only do they update the state of the control, but they also change the value based on their event handler. So let's try this again. Actually, I'll delete that. Okay, so let's change this one to like really big, center it. Let's make this a different font. Make this one like 48. I can right justify that one. Bold it. Italicize and justify that one. Okay. So now theoretically, if we select all these, it doesn't change. Sweet. Simple var. Chain reaction evaded. Isn't that the truth? Fixed. Great solution, team. Thank you for helping me solve that problem. Great idea. It's such a simple fix. Such a simple fix. Okay. Well, my video is still frozen. However, I think we finished just in time. Oh my God, look at that picture. That is ridiculous. Doc27, I think the alignment select case still needs a default case. Okay. Before I call it, let's go back. What are you thinking this should be here on this default? What do you think? Should it just be... Oh, that it contains multiple? Well, okay, let's run this again. So set the toggle to none set. Yeah, I could set all of these to not toggled in that scenario. Let's see what happens actually. Let's see what happens if we do that. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is left, center, right. If I select them all, the first one is the one that's selected. Okay, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. So let's do this. We will set all of them to false. Yeah. That's a lot of edge cases, huh? So we'll set those to false. But you know what? You know what's going to happen? I don't know. What if this value actually returns something? It returns the first one. It might be the behavior of what we get. Right? I wonder what Word does. I should open up Word and try it. But let's see if that even happens. I don't know if we'll ever hit the default. That's what I'm saying. So that's left. This is center. That's right. Center, right? Yeah, no. In the selection, it takes the first one. The default is never hit. Let's open up Word. I want to see what Word does. So we'll go blah, 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 blah. We will center that one. It does deselect all of them. See that? It deselects all of them. But our problem, let me hit a breakpoint. Oh no, it's gonna do that. Our problem is that I think we're always gonna be hitting start if we start from the beginning. Like if I start from the end, it's right. If I start from the beginning, it's start. That's what it is. Yes, simple var. Get common paragraph settings is the culprit. Because it is picking the first one in that selection range. So we never actually hit this default. This never hits. What's our options here? And just distribute. Yeah, there's not even a none option. Huh, bug report. That's something. Yeah, there's not even an option for none. It's always going to have a value. And it's always the first value. So this is actually useless. We'll never hit that. Okay, well, I will talk to the developers about that one. Because that's a great use case. If multiple lines are selected, maybe get common paragraph settings should have another value for maybe multiple. I don't know, something. Something to let us know that justify, start, distribute. Yeah. Good catch. Simple var doesn't do the common part. All right, well, there's my frozen face with my voice behind it. But yeah, I think we made really good progress today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this in to source control right now. Actually, here. Why don't you watch me do that? What we do? We added support for formatting rich text. Right? And we will push that. Let's share this link in the chat so everyone can go get the code that we just worked on. We're making pretty good progress, I think. Pretty good. All right. Well, that was an eventful stream. Very eventful. Had some audio issues. We had some computer crashes. We had a warning, a Windows 10 warning pop up with no message, but I guess it was pretty critical because my computer crashed right after that. Then my video froze up. You guys took some interesting pictures of me to shame me on social media, which will be fun. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate you spending your time with me and helping me write this Outlook app. So I guess next week we need to do the reply. We should do a reply next week. So that should be fun. Dirt Good Vlad, any plans when you call this project finished? Find it very helpful so far, so continue. You know, I think we'll just go until we think we solved the majority of the problems that you would run into in a normal application. I mean, I'm not trying to build an actual Outlook functional app 100%, but I'm just trying to go through and find all the common issues you might run into and how you would solve those issues, like formatting rich text, right? Opening dialogues, navigating from one area to another, loading your data from services, creating new things, deleting things, stuff like that. Though I have lots of other stuff I want to start working on besides this app. So I want to get into some Angular stuff. I want to get into some React, more Blazor, lots of cool technologies that I want to play with. So anyways, thank you very much for joining this very interesting technical problem riddled stream. And I will definitely see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. Thanks for joining. See you next time.